So the idea of racial superiority and racial inferiority was invented by people who wanted to enslave others or exploit others or sell others or abuse others. And the legacy of that is still with us today in the most obvious of ways. I suppose most obviously with people claiming that having more history of houses and people who may in the past have been involved in that kind of exploitation is somehow censorship. That's a moment I never thought I'd see in my own country, actually, at risk of sounding exceptionalist. The idea that they would, with a straight face, call history censorship. We need more history of Edward Colston. We need to know more about Cecil Rhodes. Probably best if we don't have these statues in honorific contexts, but please put them in museums because we need to know about these people. We need to learn about them, the good things that they did, and in Rhodes's case, the huge number of bad things. I mean, the base racism of someone like Cecil Rhodes isn't even debatable, but of course, people don't want to debate it. They just want to shout from one side and then pretend that they're not endorsing racism. That is how it happens. And we've ended up with the National Trust, statues, whatever it may be, saying, I'd like to know more history, please. And then they all start, the people who use woke as a pejorative start shouting censorship. Can you imagine that? Just think about that for a minute. Burning books is censorship. Calling for more books is the opposite of censorship. Here's a book describing Cecil Rhodes as a genius. Well, I'd like to read a book that describes Cecil Rhodes in slightly less hagiographic terms. Oh, no, that would be censorship. Pardon? So I'm visiting a National Trust house, and all I've got up on the board at the moment is a history of how much they bought, how much they spent on the tapestries and the tea sets. I'd quite like to see a little bit about where the money that paid for the tapestries and the tea sets came from. Oh, no, we can't have that. That would be censorship. You see how ignorant the kind of people that go down those paths think you are. How can it be censorship to call for more knowledge, more information, more history? Well, it's censorship because I don't like these historical facts. I only like the other ones. Right. And people who want more knowledge are that they're woke, right? When being woke is a problem. Oh, what would you do without me?